Shalom, shalom, Morgan. Oh, okay, bro. Praise the mighty God, brother. Shabbat shalom back to y'all. How you feeling this morning, brother? Oh, energized? Oh yeah, me too, bro. Hey, I might need you to hit me out later on down the road, Hebrew. Just in case I forgot some things. I'm gonna try to cover it. But if I got to say something, man, you'd be welcome, to add to it. Yeah. Okay, Hebrew. He said I gotta get Zoom. Did you ever find anything else about the Zoom?
Get Zoom for what? So
I guess they can talk back to me. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that, but keep in mind, if you use Zoom, then you can only give it to certain people. So with YouTube Live, anybody in the world can watch your video right then and there.
Okay.
With Zoom, you have to give it to certain people, and say like you give to fit. I don't know what the exact number is.
20 people. Yeah.
Yeah, but people can watch that later on though, but they won't be able to interact with you live right then and there through Zoom.
Okay.
So you can put the Zoom video up later on that people can watch that Zoom video. Does that make sense?
Okay, hold on. Mark and say you from Zoom. Let's see, he got to find out how to do that. Yes, yeah. Won't you talk to somebody? Say I can go live on YouTube from Zoom. That's what Mark Anthony said. But you got to know how to do it, I guess.
So the question is, can anybody in the world can watch you live at the exact same time, as well as seeing everybody's faces at the same time? That's what I'm asking. So if 100 people want to watch you live,
right? You saying it's Zoom just like YouTube? In other words, is Zoom the same as YouTube? He said yes.
So you can have. What I'm asking is, can you have like 1,000 people watch you live and also talk to you? You can see all 1,000 faces. That's what I'm asking, because I don't think that's possible. Like, you can have like 1 million people watching you live, right, but you can't see all 1 million people and see all their faces, because you see people's faces through Zoom, but you can't see 1 million people's faces through,
but you hear their voice though, I guess.
That may be possible. I seriously doubt that's possible. So that's where I'm at. That's my question is, can you have 1 million people, talking to, like, literally seeing all their faces on the screen and talking to them and communicating with them? Can you do that at one time?
Hold on, he said it takes your Zoom screen and send it to the YouTube Live. So you got to take your Zoom screen and send it to YouTube Live. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk more about it, Hebrew. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, Sister Andrea, Israel, all praise to the mighty Yah. Yeah, King of the universe. Shabbat shalom, sister. Oh, Shabbat Shalom, Jay Freezy. Praise the mighty Yah, bro. Shabbat Shalom, Phyllis Williams. Praise the mighty Yah. You say you can have 100 people on Zoom call, and it sends the live feed from Zoom directly to YouTube. Then you can have other people on debate line. Okay.
So the maximum is 100.
Yeah, well, I guess that's still a lot of people. Shalom, Jewel, Gladney. Shabbat Shalom, sister. Yeah, YouTube is great. want to say one thing before I start. I need everybody to hold all their comments and questions when after the song go off. When I start teaching, just hold all the comments and questions because it's going to be a deep topic and a deep subject, and I want everybody to get the message and understand what I'm saying and what the book is saying. And I want everybody to write down, take paper and pencil and write these notes down because you need to go over and over and over. And I'm going to say some things that's in this book today that ain't nobody never brought out or been talked about or said. You know, for the newcomers, the new people that's on there, y'all gonna learn a lot because they don't teach what I'm finna say in church, in synagogues, and in the mosque. They don't teach this. They ain't gonna never show you this. Only you can get this from a true Hebrew. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Shabbat Shalom, Manzi, Lafayette. Yeah, so when that song go off, I'm gonna start popping corn, but I don't want no interruptions or none of that because I want everybody to hear this message that I'm about to bring, and you're gonna learn something, like I say. So just hold all your comments and questions after I get through teaching. Then you can ask your comments and questions. Yeah. So let's see. I'm breaking up. Let's see. Okay, go on first.
Children of Yahshua, chosen of Yahuwah, Ahuran, wore the breastplate. Moses' brother had to wear a veil because he was close to Abba. Hebrew meaning father. King of kings, Yahweh, praise his holy name. David is chosen prince. Levites birth of frankincense. We had the Ark of Yah in Yerushalayim, a.k.a. Mount Zion. Mount Sinai, where we got the law. Handed to Moshe, most humble. He didn't make it in the promised land. I pray we make it in the promised land. Glorious land northeast. By the Mediterranean Sea, Jordan River running parallel. In the middle, throne of Yah. Our people making tefillah. Muslims say salat, meaning prayer in two different tongues. This is the east we from, full of palm trees, camelback, deserts, and a habitat. Before we wore the fitted cap, throwback, know that we really much more than slave. All the descendants of the slave ships, Yahweh's heritage. The Maria, the Maria, Maria, the Maria, soon come. The Maria, the Maria, the Maria. Isaiah 43, it's not a mystery, it's only one. Yahuwah stretched out the heavens, Exodus trade where he gave his name. He delivered us from Egypt, I only praise the mighty I am. Rest the Sabbath day, seventh day, SAT. Read the law when you get a chance, ASAP. Exodus 2:0, just a portion of the ancient scrolls. Y'all behold with the most high sin. Put your idols down, worship in the dust of the ground. Whether human or graven image, I wear the fringes from the book of Numbers, chapter 15:37 to verse 39. Prostrate with my bloodline, putting in work for the most high, praying we eternally shot 12 tribes of Yahshua. The Maria, the Maria, Maria, the Maria, soon come. The Maria, the Maria, the Maria. We ought to be ashamed, cause we fell from so high above. We the pussy in the Carolina was so wicked. Charleston gotta feel our pain. Same latitude from which we came. Palm trees about the same, but my kids don't remember their name. Yahakom, Yahshua, the children of Yerushalayim. Jerusalem in your Bible, the throne of Yah.
Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm Yahudah ben Israel. I'm a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yah. And I want to give all honor, glory, worship, and praise to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Now, today's topic, like I said, everybody, I want y'all to hold your comments and your questions until I get through teaching, because it's going to be a deep, heavy subject. And it's gonna be things I'm gonna show y'all in the book that ain't nobody talking about or saying nothing about. But I'm a and then that thousand. Oh yeah. Now that's that money y'all can win today if you know something about this book. Now first of all, let's go to Matthew's chapter 1.
You want to read something about both of these? Or...
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I'm going to read this first. Yeah, first of all, before I go to the Bible, I want to read something right quick. Okay. Read that, and that.
The New Testament includes 27 books.
Now pay attention now. The New Testament includes 27 books.
The earliest of the Gospels was not written until some years after JC was crucified.
Now the Gospel wasn't written till JC died.
His followers handed the stories down by word of mouth.
His followers handed the story down by word of mouth, meaning no scripture, just word of mouth, just talk and read.
Then Matthew, Mark, and Luke wrote their Gospels to preserve the stories.
They wrote their Gospel to preserve. Yahweh didn't send them. The Most High Yah never sent them.
The Jews had fixed the canon of their books about AD 90, but the canon of the New Testament was not fixed until hundreds of years later. The Jews wrote their first sacred writings on leather scrolls. JC probably read from such a scroll when he went into the synagogue and stood up to read. At that time, only the first parts of the Bible had been completed. Scrolls discovered in caves near the Dead Sea in the late 1940s.
Okay, now that's a little description of the New Testament. Now let's get to the book. Let's go to Matthew. I'm gonna start off in the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 17.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 17. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations, and from the carrying away into Babylon to JC are 14 generations.
Now this is what I want right here.
Now the birth of JC was on this wise, when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost.
Okay, that's a lie. Now, say it was married to Joseph. Now, let's go over to the Old Testament and see who Joseph, see if his wife was named Mary. Go to Genesis. Go to Genesis 41. Let's see if Joseph's wife was named Mary. Okay, I want Genesis 41 and start at 41 and 41.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 41. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph,
now this is Joseph I'm talking about in the Old Testament.
See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt.
So this Joseph was in captivity in Egypt, and Pharaoh said, I set you over all the land.
And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand.
Pharaoh took his ring off. This is when we start wearing jewelry.
And put it upon Joseph's hand.
And he gave him a diamond ring.
And arrayed him in vestures of fine linen.
He wore the best of the clothes they had.
and put a gold chain about his neck.
That's the reason why we crazy about gold. See, Joseph was the first one to start wearing gold and jewelry and rings. Okay, now watch this, read.
And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had.
He had rode in a Maserati.
And they cried before him.
And they cried before Joseph.
Bow the knee.
Bow the knee.
And he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt.
He was the vice president of Egypt, meaning he was second in command.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph.
Now this was Pharaoh told Joseph.
I am Pharaoh.
I'm the king.
And without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt.
Let nobody do nothing without Joseph's permission.
And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath-Paneah.
He changed Joseph's name to Zaphnath-Paneah, just like they changed our name to Jones, Timmy, Smith, Mario, and Tommy, and all them other names. Everywhere we go in captivity, you're going to get your name changed. So Pharaoh changed his name to Zaphnath-Paneah. Read.
And he gave him to wife Asenath.
Now, there was Joseph's wife named Asenath, not Mary. Asenath, read.
Potiphar, priest of On.
And that's right. He was the priest's daughter of On.
And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt.
So Joseph's name was changed, and his wife's name was Asenath. That was her name. Okay, now let's go back to Matthew 3. Let's see what this lie. Let's see what some more lie. 3 and 11. Start at 3 and 11.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 11.
Oh, let me see. Make sure that's what I want. Okay, yeah.
I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance. But
hold it right there. Who in the Old Testament was baptized with water? You can get that $1,000 if you can show me anybody that was baptized with water in the Old Testament. Okay, start over.
I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire, whose fan is in his hand, and he shall thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he will burn up the chaff with unquenchable fire. Then cometh JC from Galilee to Jordan unto John.
Now JC went with John, because John was the one that baptized JC. Reed.
To be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And JC answering said unto him, Suffer it to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And JC, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water.
When John baptized JC, went straight up out of the water.
And lo, the heavens were open unto him.
That's a lie.
And he saw the spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting upon him.
That's a lie.
And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
The Almighty never identified himself as a voice, so this is a lie. Every time the Most High came to you, it was thus said Yah, not thus said a voice. So this is a lie. Now let's go to 1 Samuel. Let's see what they did in the Old Testament. 1 Samuel. Let's go to the 1 Samuel 16. No, I got seconds. Let me get that. 1 Samuel. Let me see. Okay, 1 Samuel 16 and 1.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil.
Now Yahweh say, fill your horn with oil. He didn't say fill your horn with water. Read.
And go, I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite.
That's right. He told him to fill his horn with oil, not water. Okay, now skip on down to 12th verse.
Verse 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance.
Now this is King David who got anointed with oil. Read.
And goodly to look to. And Yahweh said,
Now Yahweh said this.
Arise, anoint him.
Anoint him, pour the oil on him. He didn't never say put no water on him. So that's a junk over there in the New Testament. He said anoint him with oil.
For this is he.
This the guy I want.
Then Samuel took the horn of oil.
He took the horn of oil, not water.
And anointed him in the midst of his brethren.
That's right, because the Most High Yahweh say anoint and not baptize.
And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon David from that day forward.
From that oil, not no water. That's all I needed. Okay, let's go to Matthew, back to Matthew. I told you I'm going hard in the paint today, and I'm going to prove to you, renown the shadow of the doubt, ain't no such thing as no New Testament. In the eyes of Yah, I ain't studying it, and Yahweh ain't studying it. Okay, Matthew 5, I think, let me get to it. I think I want Matthew's 5 and 33.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it had been said by them of old time.
You heard what they said in the Old Testament. Now he condemning the Old Testament. That's what this monkey doing.
Thou shalt not forswear thyself.
You ain't supposed to swear, according to the New Testament. Read.
But shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths.
Now read 34.
But I say unto you,
JC say, I say unto you,
swear not at all.
Don't you swear at all.
Neither by heaven, for it is God's throne.
Use a lie. Now let's go see what the Old Testament say. Jeremiah chapter 4. Jeremiah 4 and 2. What that say? Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 2. Since you ain't supposed to swear at all in the New Testament, let's see what the Old Testament say.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 2. And thou shalt swear.
You supposed to swear.
Yahweh liveth in truth and judgment and in righteousness, and the nations shall bless themselves in him.
That's right. You supposed to swear, and Yahweh living. He do living in truth. Read that again, because I want everybody to understand what this book is saying. The contradiction that the New Testament got. Read. Start over.
And thou shalt swear.
And you supposed to swear according to the Old Testament, but the New Testament say don't swear at all. Read.
Yahweh liveth in truth and judgment and in righteousness, and the nations shall bless themselves in him.
And you supposed to bless yourself in Yahweh.
And in him shall they glory.
And you gonna glory in Yah. That's right. Now go to Deuteronomy chapter 6. Still talking about do you supposed to swear. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Let's see what that say. Deuteronomy, let me get 6. Yeah, Deuteronomy 6 and 13.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 13. Thou shalt fear Yahweh thy Elohim.
You supposed to fear Yahweh.
And serve him.
You supposed to serve him.
And shall swear by his name.
And you supposed to swear by Yahweh's name. There it is. The Old Testament say you supposed to swear. Okay, where do I want to go? Let's go to Matthew 6. Back to the New Testament. I'm gonna do this all day. Matthew chapter 6. Now, this here gonna blow your mind right here, because you probably ain't never heard this before. Matthew chapter 6, start the 5th and 6th verse.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 5.
Oh, let me get it. Okay, go read.
And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues.
He tell you that praying in the synagogue among people is a hypocrite. Read.
For they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you.
But JC say this what I tell y'all to do. Do it this way.
They have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest,
when you pray, according to JC,
enter into thy closet.
Go inside of a dark closet and shut the door. Read.
And when thou hast shut thy door.
And when you go in that dark closet and can't see nothing and shut that door, read.
Pray to thy Father which is in secret.
You a lie.
And thy Father which see it in secret shall reward thee openly.
And you just told another lie. Okay, now let me see. Let's go to Psalm 55. So when everybody in the New Testament is supposed to go in the closet, shut the door, and start praying, according to JC, if you're a follower of him. What I say, Psalms?
Yeah.
Okay. Psalm 55. See what the Old Testament gonna say about that. 55 and 16.
Psalm chapter 55, verse 16. As for me, I will call upon Elohim.
I'm gonna call upon Elohim.
And Yahweh shall save me.
That's right. Read.
Evening.
And
morning. And at
noon.
Will I pray and cry aloud.
I'm gonna pray and cry aloud according to the Old Testament.
And he shall hear my voice.
That's right. He didn't tell you to go in no closet. He said you pray day, morning, noon, and night, and you're gonna hear his voice. Okay. Let's go to Numbers 21. It didn't say go in no closet in the Old Testament. It say pray aloud. Let me see. Numbers 21. Okay, Numbers 21 is
Numbers chapter 21, verse 7. Therefore the people came to Moses.
The people came to Moses. Listen, y'all.
And said.
And this is what the people said.
We have sinned.
We have sinned.
For we have spoken against Yahweh.
We have spoken bad against Yahweh.
And against thee.
And against you too, Moses.
Pray unto Yahweh.
Pray unto Yahweh.
That he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people.
Did Moses go in the closet? No, he didn't. He prayed for the people because they sinned. That's right. So get on. Let's go to Matthew 8. All day long. I'm gonna show it to you. I ain't gonna tell it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Go to Matthew 8. Now watch this. This is something you ain't never heard before. Matthew 8. Let me see. Yeah, 21.
Matthew chapter 8, verse 21. And another of his disciples said unto him.
Now, this is one of JC disciples now.
Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
Let me please go bury my father, JC. Now, watch this.
But JC said unto him.
This was JC told the man that wanted to go bury his father.
Follow me.
Follow me.
And let the dead bury their dead.
And I ain't studying no dead person. Come follow me. Let him bury himself. A dead person. Read.
And when he was entered into a ship.
And when they went into the ship.
His disciples followed him.
The man followed him. He didn't even want the man to go bury his daddy. Told him, let the dead bury the dead. Talking slick at the mouth. Okay, now let's see what the Old Testament say. Let's go to Deuteronomy 31. No. Deuteronomy, let me get it. Yeah, go to Deuteronomy 34. This corn right here, y'all. Now, JC say, let the dead bury the dead. Don't worry about them. Come on, follow me in this ship. We're going to Alaska. Where we going? Read Deuteronomy 31. Now, watch this. Now, Deuteronomy 34 and 1.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 1. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo to the top of Pisgah that is over against Jericho. And Yahweh showed him all the land of Gilead.
Now Yahweh showed him this. Now listen.
Unto Dan, and all of Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, unto the utmost sea, and the south, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, unto Zoar. And Yahweh said unto him.
Yahweh talking to Moses.
This is the land of which I swear unto Abraham.
Even Yahweh said, this is the land I swear unto Abraham.
Unto Isaac and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither.
Moses, I'm gonna let you see all this great goodness land, but you ain't gonna be able to go over there. Read.
So Moses, the servant of Yahweh, died there in the land of Moab.
That's right. Now watch what happened when he died in the land of Moab.
According to the word of Yahweh.
Yahweh said he died.
And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab.
Yahweh buried Moses in the land of Moab.
Over against Beth Peor.
Now, why this clown wouldn't let that man go bury? See, burial is very serious in our custom. Read.
But no man knoweth of his psaltery unto this day.
The Most High Yahweh buried Moses in the land of Moab, and don't nobody know where his bones at today. Read.
And Moses was 120 years old when he died.
When he died,
his eye was not dim.
He was not blind. He can see good.
Nor his natural force abated.
He can still have sex.
And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days.
They cried for 30 days.
So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended.
Okay, that's all I need. I wanted to let you know that Yahweh buried Moses. But in the New Testament, let the dead bury the dead. Let's go to Genesis 50. See what else it say about Genesis 50. Genesis 50, start the first verse.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father.
So Joseph had his father embalmed. That's where the first embalming started with Joseph. He the first one to ever embalm, so had somebody embalm. Read.
And the physicians embalmed Israel.
That's right, they embalmed Israel.
And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days.
There's 70 days that they mourned for Joseph's father.
And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die.
But in the New Testament, you can't swear at all. Read.
And my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father.
Joseph said, let me go bury my father.
And I will come again.
And I'll be back.
And Pharaoh said.
Now this is what Pharaoh told Joseph in captivity, in slavery.
Go up.
And
bury thy father.
Bury your father, Joseph.
According as he made thee swear.
That's right.
And Joseph went up to bury his father.
But in the New Testament, you can't go nowhere. You can't bury nobody. But in the Old Testament, he was in captivity and slave. And Pharaoh said, go bury your father, Joseph. Read.
And with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh.
And the servants went with him.
The elders of his house and all the elders of the land of Egypt.
That's right. I'm letting you know that you're supposed to bury your dead. And then the New Testament say you better not. Okay, let's go to Matthew, back to Matthew chapter 12. Matthew chapter 12. Let me see. Start the first verse.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, JC went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered.
Now they walking around on the Sabbath day, breaking the Sabbath day, getting corn, his disciples.
And began to pluck the ears of corn.
That's right.
And to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him.
When they saw JC and his disciples walking and picking up this corn.
Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
You breaking the Sabbath day and you ain't got no business doing this, JC, you and your disciples.
But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was a hungered.
That's what he lied. David didn't break no Sabbath day. You can't show me nowhere in the book where David broke the Sabbath day. Read.
And they that were with him, how he entered into the house of God, and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat.
Hold it right there, y'all. Let me show you that JC told a lie. Let's go to 1 Samuel, but we coming back to that. Go to 1 Samuel. Let me see. 1 Samuel, I think it's 1 Samuel 21. Yeah, because what he say? Showbread. Okay. Yeah, 1 Samuel 21. And let's start the first verse.
1 Samuel chapter 21, verse 1.
Now, this is what JC talking about David. Read.
Then came David to Nob to Ahimelech the priest.
He went to Nob, Ahimelech the priest.
And Ahimelech was afraid at the meeting of David.
He was afraid when David popped up on the scene.
And said unto him, Why art thou alone?
He was by himself. Hold it. Let's go back over here. It said, and they were with him. Okay, read that the 3 verse again.
And Matthew?
Yeah, go to Matthew 12 and 3.
But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was a hungered, and they that were with him?
He said they that were with him, he told a lie. He was by himself. Now go back over here, and I'm gonna prove to you he was by himself. Read that.
Then came David to Nob to Ahimelech the priest, and Ahimelech was afraid at the meeting of David, and said unto him, Why art thou alone?
You by yourself, David, but JC lied and said you was with your men.
And no man with thee.
Ain't nobody with him, but JC say he had the mob with him.
And David said unto Ahimelech the priest, The king hath commanded me a business, and hath said unto me, Let no man know anything of the business whereabout I send thee.
Now skip on down because I got to speed it up. Go to 4. Let's talk about the bread now. Read that 21 and 4.
Verse 4. And the priest answered David and said, There is no common bread.
There is no common bread,
but there is hallowed bread, if the young men have kept themselves at least from women.
Now skip on down to 6, because I got to speed it up.
Verse 6. So the priest gave him hallowed bread.
The priest gave him hallowed bread. Now go back over to this other book, Matthew 11, say, what did it say, the 4th verse?
Verse 4. How he entered into the house of God, and did eat the showbread.
He didn't eat no showbread, because wasn't no showbread. They was hollow bread, fool. Now keep going. Leave that alone, because I just wanted to prove a point how this clown be lying. Keep reading.
Which was not lawful for him to eat.
You are lying. The priest gave it to him.
Neither for them which were with him.
Wasn't nobody with him, fool. He was by himself, liar.
But only for the priest.
You are lying. Gave it David some too.
Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priest in the temple profane the Sabbath?
You told a lie. They ain't never broke the Sabbath day, not the priest.
And are blameless.
You a lie.
But I say unto you,
you ain't talking about nothing. Read.
That in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue, and behold, there was a man which had his hand withered.
Now it's a sick man on the Sabbath day. Watch what JC do.
And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day?
It ain't supposed to do nothing on the Sabbath day, fool.
That they might accuse him.
That's right, because he gonna break the Sabbath day again. Read.
And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep?
If a man got a sheep, JC say,
and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day,
it's just gonna be in the pit, fool, on the Sabbath day. I ain't studying it.
Will he not lay hold on it?
I ain't going to get nothing, fool.
And lift it out.
Okay, you ain't. If you love Yah, you ain't gonna go get it. You gonna say you ain't studying. Now let me show you what's gonna happen to you for breaking the Sabbath day. Go to Exodus 31. Now, he talking about if your dog run out the house, you gonna go catch him, and David, they come to show bread, and it was common bread, and he had men with him. He's telling lies all the way around the book. Okay, what I say, Exodus 31. Let me show y'all what's gonna happen to you for breaking the Sabbath day. Since JC want to heal the sick and do all this, go to Exodus 12 and 31.
Exodus 12 and 31?
I mean, 31 and 12.
Okay. Exodus chapter 31, verse 12. And Yahweh spake unto Moses.
Yahweh talking to Moses. He ain't never talked to no Peter, Paul, Luke, and John, them hillbillies over there. Read.
Saying, speak thou also unto the children of Israel.
Yahweh told Moses, this what you tell the children of Israel, talking about me and y'all on the internet. Saying,
verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep.
Verily means truly. Truly my Sabbath you shall keep, because they belong to Yah. Yahweh Sabbath. Read.
For it is a sign between me and you throughout your generation.
This how you gonna know that you serving the true and living God, because you gonna keep his Sabbath day. This is a sign. The Almighty looking from heaven at the sign that we keeping his Sabbath day. Read.
That ye may know that I am Yahweh that do sanctify
that you gonna know. You ain't gonna guess or think. You gonna know that he's Yahweh. Read.
Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you.
Keep the Sabbath day because it's holy unto you.
Everyone that defile it shall surely be put to death.
Include JC. Everybody that defile the Sabbath day, include JC, gonna be what?
Everyone that defile it shall surely be put to death.
You gonna for sure go to hell, be put to death. Read.
For whosoever doeth any work therein.
Whosoever heal, walking around picking corn on the Sabbath day, healing withered hands. If you're doing all of that on the Sabbath day, what? Read.
That soul shall be cut off from among his people.
You ain't going back home with us. You going to hell. Read.
6 days may work be done.
He give you 6 days to heal up, to walk around, pick the corn, go work for Mr. Charlie. He give you 6 days to do you. Read.
But in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest.
But in the seventh day of rest, you ain't supposed to be doing nothing today but listening to Yahudah. Somebody that's popping corn. Resting.
Holy to Yahweh.
This is holy to Yah.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day.
Anybody that do any work on the Yahweh Sabbath day, read.
He shall surely put to death.
You surely going to hell and you're going to be put to death. So everybody in the New Testament would have been burned up in the fire hell because you working on Yahweh Sabbath day. He ain't never told you to break it, but JC's broke it and all his other disciples broke it. Read.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generation.
Throughout your generation, all the way to the graveyard.
For a perpetual covenant.
What do perpetual mean? Perpetual mean an everlasting covenant that'll never end. You supposed to keep the Sabbath to the graveyard. Read.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
This how you go. This how Yahweh know that you 100 and that you love him, because this is a sign. He looking down from heaven, seeing that you obeying his Sabbath day. Read.
For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth.
Yahweh did it in 6 days.
And on the 7th day he rested.
Yahweh rested on the 7th day. So you mean to tell me you better than him, fool? Read.
And was refreshed.
And he was refreshed after that. What verse you at?
18.
Okay, read.
And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony.
Written with the finger of Yah. Yahweh wrote the commandment. That's right. Now let's go back to Matthew. Now, I'm going to show you something you ain't never seen before in Matthew's right again. Let me get Matthew chapter 15. Now, Matthew 15 and 1.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 1. Then came to JC's scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
Why do they transgress the tradition of that? Let's see what they do now. What they don't do, I mean.
For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
They don't believe in washing their hands before they eat in the New Testament. That's what the book said. I didn't tell it to you. I shall read it again.
Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
They go take a dump in the bathroom, work on a car, build a house, or do everything with them dirty hands, and they don't wash them. That's what you're supposed to not to do in the New Testament. You don't supposed to wash your hand. That's when they don't wash their hand. Now, let's go back to the Old Testament and see what they do over there. Let's go to Exodus 40. They do not wash their hands in the New Testament. That's what the book said. I didn't tell it to you. I showed it to you. What I say, Exodus? Anybody follow this book is a fool. Let me see. Exodus 40. Let's see what I want. I think start at the 30th verse.
Exodus chapter 40, verse 30. And he set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and put water there to wash withal.
Now watch this verse. This is what I want. 31.
And Moses, Aaron, and his sons.
Moses and Aaron and his sons what?
And Moses and Aaron and his sons washed their hands and their feet there.
They washed their hands and feet in the Old Testament. They washed their hands and their feet, baby. Read it again.
And Moses and Aaron and his sons washed their hands and their feet thereat.
That's all. That's it. That's right. That's all I needed. Let me see when Congress. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's all. Now go to Leviticus 16. They wash their hands over here. New Testament, you ain't supposed to wash your hands. Anybody, any fool to believe in that book? Let's see, 16. Okay, yeah, 16 to 24.
Leviticus chapter 16, verse 24. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place.
You're supposed to take a bath in the Old Testament, wash your flesh. That means everything on your body supposed to be washed.
And put on his garments.
Then you put on the holy garment after you take a shower or a bath. You put on the holy garments.
And come forth.
Then you come forth.
And offer his burnt offering.
That's right.
And the burnt offering of the people. And make an atonement for himself.
But first of all, you got to take a bath before you do all this. You got to take a bath, then put on clean clothes. Okay, that's all I wanted. Okay, let's go to Matthew 28. All day. Matthew 28. Now, here goes some more lies. All through this book, I'm gonna popcorn. I think I want 28. Oh, yeah. Matthew 20, 28 and 18. Now, watch this, y'all. Pay attention.
Matthew chapter 28, verse 18. And JC came and spake unto them.
Now, this is what JC told everybody.
Saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
You a lie. He said, all power given. That means Yahweh ain't got no power. If I give you all my money, I ain't got no more money. If I give you all my clothes, I ain't got no more clothes. If I give you all my shoes, I ain't got no more shoes. All. Now read it again.
And JC came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
You a lie. That's all I needed. Now let's go over here to Psalms. Go to Psalm 66. JC say all the power was given to him from heaven and on earth. Now let me show you that that's a lie. What I say, Psalms?
Yeah.
Okay. Psalm 66. Psalm 66. Let me see. Start the first verse.
Psalm chapter 66, verse 1. Make a joyful noise unto Elohim, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto Elohim, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thy enemies submit themselves.
Through Yahweh powers, read.
All the earth shall worship thee.
That's all the earth, not some of it, all the earth.
And shall sing unto thee.
All the earth supposed to be singing to Yah.
They shall sing to thy name.
Sing praise be to mighty Yah. Read.
Selah, come and see the works of Elohim. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men.
That's right, because them hurricane, mudslides, and earthquakes and storms, he terrible. Read.
He turned the sea into dry land.
Almighty Yah can do that. Can't nobody do that but Yah.
They went through the flood on foot.
That's right, we did that.
There did he rejoice in him.
Now watch this. This is the verse I want, y'all. 7.
He ruled by his power forever.
Yahweh ruled by his power forever. So he ain't never gave no fool in the New Testament all his power. You got to be crazy if you think the Almighty gonna give you all his power. You retarded. Okay, that's all I need. Now let's go to Exodus 9. Now, he did give Moses some power, but he didn't give Moses all his power. Because if I give you all my money, I'm broke. You don't get nobody all or nothing. Yahweh ain't gonna give you all or nothing. Exodus 9. I think, let me get it right quick. Yeah, Exodus 9 and start the 13th verse.
Exodus chapter 9, verse 13. And Yahweh said unto Moses,
Now Yahweh said to Moses,
rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh.
go before Pharaoh.
And say unto him,
this what you tell Pharaoh.
Thus saith Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews.
Of the Hebrews, not the Christians, not the Muslims, not the Messianics, of the Hebrews, read.
Let my people go.
Let my people go.
That they may serve me.
That they supposed to serve Yah.
For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart.
Yahweh say, I'm going to send all my plagues upon the heart. And that's what he did. Plagued Pharaoh 10 times in Egypt. Read.
And upon thy servants.
Now, you read.
And upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth.
Ain't nobody like Yahweh in the world. He the only one can do it. He woke you up this morning, didn't he, fool? That's right. Didn't nobody wake you up but Yah. Read.
For now I will stretch out my hand that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence.
I'm going to smack the Egyptians.
And thou shalt be cut off from the earth.
Right. Now watch this. This is what I want. 16. Read.
And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up.
This is the reason why I raised Moses up.
For to show in thee my power.
To show in Moses my power. Because power come from Yah and not JC. Read.
And that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
That I might declare my name through all the earth. Because all the power come from Yah. That's right. The book Covenant. That's right. Okay, let's go back to New Testament. Go to Mark. Mark. Let me see. Yeah. The book of Mark 10. Y'all just hold your comments now because I'm popping corn. I'm in the zone now. And I want to read all these comments now. So don't be commenting. Just pay attention to this book. Let me get this corn pop. What did I say? Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, 10. Let's see. Mark 10. Okay, yeah, Mark 10 and 17, 18. Mark 10, 17, 18.
Mark chapter 10, verse 17. And when he was gone forth into the way, there came one running and kneeled to him and asked him.
Now this man asked JC.
Good master, what shall I do that I may inherit eternal life?
That's right. What must I do to have eternal life? This man asking JC.
And JC said unto him, why callest thou me good?
JC just told you he wasn't no good. So that's true. Why you calling me good? Now he told the truth right there. Now watch the lie. Read.
There is none good but one, that is G-O-D.
He told a lie. Okay, let me prove to y'all that he told a lie. Let's go to Proverbs. He said ain't nobody good but God. But he did say he wasn't no good, so he told the truth, and then he turned around and told a lie. What did I say? Proverbs. Let me see. Proverbs. I'm trying to see. Proverbs chapter 12. I think it's, yeah. Okay, yeah. Proverbs chapter 12 and 2.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 2. A good man obtaineth favor of Yahweh.
I thought wasn't nobody good but God. The book over here in Proverbs said, what it say again?
A good man obtaineth favor of Yahweh.
A good man contended to Yah. That let you know that God ain't the only one good. A good man obtaineth favor from Yah. Read.
But a man of wicked devices will he condemn.
The Almighty will condemn the wicked man. That lets you know it's good men. That's right, it's good men. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 22. See what that say.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. A good man leaveth the inheritance to his children's children.
A good man leave his inheritance to his children. When he died, leaving the house, the car, and everything else. We read it again what it say about a good man. But JC say ain't nobody good but God. He told a lie. Read.
A good man leaveth the inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Okay, so it's good men in this world, and in the New Testament say ain't nobody good but God. So he told a lie. Let's go to Mark 7. Go back to the New Testament. I'm showing you the lies over here, y'all. They don't do this in church. I'm the only one gonna do it to you. Let me see. Mark 7. I think I want. 15. Mark 7:15.
Mark chapter 7, verse 15.
Watch this, y'all.
There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him.
Ain't nothing that you eat that you put in your mouth and swallow the end of your system can defile you. That's what the New Testament say. That means you can eat anything. Read.
But the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man.
That's a lie. In other words, this book saying that you can eat anything. That's right. Okay, and let's go to First Corinthians. Let me see what 1 Corinthians. So it just told you if you can eat anything and it won't defile y'all, you'll be all right. Well, let's see what 1 Corinthians chapter 10 got to say about that. I'm gonna put something with it, y'all. That's right. Matter of fact, now I want 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 25.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 25. Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
That's right. Anything. You eat anything. Don't ask no question. They sit some pig feet and chitlins in front of you. Don't ask no question. Say, read.
For the earth is the Elohim's and the fullness thereof.
Yeah, that's true. Everything belongs to y'all, but he didn't tell you, he didn't tell you to eat no anything. You are a lie. Read.
If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast.
If anybody invites you to a feast over to their house for Thanksgiving and they got chitlins, hog maw, pig feet, pork chops,
and ye be disposed to go.
And you be made to go to this feast where they got all kind of meat, ham hocks, chitlins, crab, shrimp, oyster, lobster, alligator tail, shark, snake, reed.
Whatsoever is set before you.
Whatever they put on your plate.
Eat, asking no question.
You supposed to eat it and don't ask no question. Read it again. I was talking because boy, I'm popping corn. Read.
If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go.
And you be made to go to this feast.
Whatsoever is set before you.
Whatever they put on your plate.
Eat.
Eat.
Asking no question.
And don't worry about what's on the plate. Just eat. Don't ask no question.
But if any man say unto you, this is awful.
That's all I needed. Now, I'm going to show you that you're going to hell for eating it. Go to Isaiah. You're going to hell for eating pork. I know you ain't never heard it before, but I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you today. I'm going to prove that you're going to hell for eating pork. Let's go to Isaiah. I'm popping corn today, I told y'all. I want Isaiah 66 and start at the 17th verse.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Everybody that's hiding and sneaking and eating pork and think the Most High don't see you eating swine flesh.
And the abomination.
That's an abomination. I mean, that's a sin to eat pork, read.
And the mouse.
And the mouse, that a Chinese going in the Chinese buffet restaurant eating a mouse. You think it's beef, but it's a mouse.
Shall be consumed together.
You gonna be destroyed together, because consume mean destroyed, going to hell. Everybody that's eating pork and mouse, you gonna be consumed together. And who said it?
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it. I didn't tell it to you. Y'all showed it to you. Now read it again.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Yahweh say he gonna kill you. There it is. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 14. New Testament say you can eat it. Our book say you better not. You going to hell. Told y'all, take these notes, y'all, because I'm popping corn now. 14. Let me see what I want out of that. Now, okay, Deuteronomy 14 and start at the first verse. Y'all finna learn something else.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1. Ye are the children of Yahweh your Elohim.
We are the children of Yah.
Ye shall not cut yourselves.
You ain't supposed to have no tattoos on you. Cut yourself mean everybody tattooed up today. And that the Almighty ain't studying you. Read.
Nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
You ain't supposed to cut your eyebrows off for the dead. You supposed to have eyebrows. Don't cut them off, read.
For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim.
And we are holy people. We ain't supposed to have no tattoos and cutting your eyebrows off.
And Yahweh have chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
To himself, because you're going to be special. You're going to live different. You ain't going to live like everybody else.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Above everybody up on the earth, he told the Hebrew Israelites and nobody else. Read.
Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
You ain't got no business eating these abominable things. That's the thing the Most High hate.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat.
You supposed to eat these beasts.
The ox.
Ox.
The sheep.
You can eat a sheep.
And the goat.
You can eat a goat.
The hart.
You can eat a hart. That's some kind of bird.
And the roebuck.
A roebuck deer.
And the fallow deer.
That's right.
And the wild goat.
You can eat all this.
And the pygarg.
That's right.
And the wild ox.
Now skip on down to 7.
Verse 7. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel.
You ain't supposed to eat no camel.
And the hare.
No rabbit.
And the coney.
No rabbit.
For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean unto you.
They unclean to you, this rabbit and possum and coon.
And the swine.
The swine.
Because it divided the hoof, yet chew it not the cud. It is unclean unto you.
It's unclean, the Most High Yahweh saying to you.